Look at number 12. It says, what is the value of y in the solution to this system of equations? So a solution to a system of equations, if we were to look back at our journal to remember what this was, to find a solution to a system, it's the intersection point. You can graph it and look at where it intersects. You can graph it into the calculator. You could look at the table and see where the y's are the exact same. Or you could use a matrix. So those are all the different ways you can solve this. Let's look at how this one is written. So we could either solve for y or do a matrix. I think I'm going to do a matrix. The way that you set up the matrix is you want ax plus by equals c. So you just have to rearrange each of the equations to do that. So our first one, it's y plus x equals c. So all I'd have to do on this one is just switch those. X plus 6y equals negative 59. That one's easy to switch around. So we keep that there. The next one, we need the y on the other side. So we just have to add 2y. So now I get x plus 2y equals 9. So it's in the correct form. And remember with matrix, as long as it's in that ax plus by equals c, we can do a matrix with it. So we put the coefficients. So this will be 1, 6, negative 59. 1, 2, 9. And now get a calculator. So if you need to, go back to your notes to figure out how this works. We need to do matrix first. Do that RREF. Y'all should be doing this with me. You get out your calculator and do it. And then alpha zoom. We want a 2 by 3. Plug in the numbers. I messed something up, didn't I? Did y'all see that on my matrix? I put negative 9 instead of negative 59. Now I fixed it. And so once you have that in, push enter. And so our outcome or our output is this. And so what this means is because we did x first, that's 1x plus 0y equals 43. Or just x equals 43. Then 0x plus 1y equals negative 17. So y equals negative 17. Both of these answers are in our answer choices. So we have to look back and determine what are they even asking for. It says, what is the value of y in the solution to the system of equations? So all we need is y, negative 17. Let's look at 13. What is the x value of the solution to the system? What is it asking for this time? X. Look at how our answer choices are written. The first one, we need to rearrange so it's in standard form. The second one is already in standard form. So we just need to rearrange the first one. we need it to be ax plus by equals c. So how do I move it so it's in that standard form? Yep, the minus 2y. And so it's x minus 2y equals negative 4. So let's write our two equations. So the first one is x minus 2y equals negative 4. The second one is 7x plus 5y equals negative 66. Once you have them in the standard form, you can put them in a matrix. So second matrix, math, RREF, alpha, zoom, 2 by 3. Plug in your numbers. So the outcome is 1, 0, negative 8, 0, 1, negative 2. But it's looking for the x this time, so which value is x? Yep. $15 is similar to the other ones. It says, what is the value of x in the solution? This one, you can do the same thing. You can get in that ax plus by equals c, or you could solve the first one for y equals. So let's say I want to graph this and find the intersection point. Let's do it that way. So this one would need to be solved for y. So we're going to subtract 2y on both sides. Get 3x minus 2y equals 14. Then subtract 3x on both sides. Negative 2y equals negative 3x plus 14. Then divide by a negative 2 all the way through. Negative 3 over negative 2. The negatives will cancel, so we just have 3 over 2x. Then 14 over negative 2 minus 7. So this is no longer. Instead, it's y equals 3 over 2x minus 7. So I'm just going to refresh your memory on how to graph these and find the solution. Remember, the solution is the intersection point. So everybody go to their calculator. We're going to go to y equals, clear out whatever's in there, and put the new equations in. So y equals negative 6x plus 18. Be really careful when you put these in. Make sure you put them in the correct way. And then the second one, I need to put in the fraction, 3 over 2x minus 7. Once you have it in, hit graph. And remember, we're looking for the intersection point. We just want to make sure we can see it. And we can, so that's good. So do you remember the steps? I'll show you in my journal. So solve for y, type the equations, graph, zoom if you need to, second trace, and then intersect. So the option of trace, see how right above it in blue is calc? So hit second trace, 5 for intersect, and then hit enter. 1, 2, 3. And so it gives us 3.3 repeating and -2. And which value does it need? The x. So 3.3 repeating. Look at your answer choices. So -2 isn't it? +2 isn't it? This is a -10/3. So that's not it because it has to be positive. So let's just make sure 10/3 does equal 3.3 repeating. So I'm going to get out of this, second quit, and divide 10 by 3. It's the same thing. 10/3. So 15A is the answer.